Video ini hanya diperuntukkan bagi mereka yang memiliki logika. Jika Anda tidak punya logika, skip aja.
Feel the peace inside of me. I'm complete.
Peristiwa penyaliban Isa Al-Masih merupakan harga mati bagi umat Kristen. Akan tetapi, hal tersebut dibantah oleh umat Islam. Seperti pernyataan berikut.
Mereka tidak membunuh Isa, wa ma salabuhu. Mereka tidak pernah menyalib Isa. Lalu siapa yang disalib itu? Walakin syubbiha lahum. Ada orang yang diserupakan namanya, dia adalah Yudas Iskariot.
Nah, kalau Yesus wajahnya diserupakan, pertanyaan saya sederhana, mulai dari kapan? Mulai di Taman Getsemani? Mulai ditangkap? Atau mulai dicambuk? Atau mulai disalib? Mulai kapan wajahnya diserupai? Cuman wajahnya kah? Atau seluruh badannya kah?
Kalimat di sini syubbiha lahum. Syubbiha lahum, diserupakan kepada mereka. Mereka di sini Bani Israel.
Peace in me, peace for everybody, fresh, pure, holy.
I had been taught my entire life that Jesus did not die on the cross, based off of that interpretation of chapter 4, verse 157 of the Quran. But as I investigated history and I looked at what the truth of the matter was, it became incontrovertibly clear that Jesus did die on the cross. So I could no longer accept that interpretation of the Quran. I had to come up with some alternate explanation, and to me, the only thing that would fit the evidence
did not kill him. It doesn't say he did not die. Ask yourself the question. Out of more than 6,000 verses, why is there just one passage for such an important subject as the crucifixion? Why would there be just one passage denying that, if denial was the intent?
Right. Now kindly listen carefully. Allah says, وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُمْ. Allah made it appear like that.
Sesungguhnya kami telah membunuh Al-Masih, Isa putra Maryam, Rasul Allah. Padahal mereka tidak membunuhnya dan tidak pula menyalibnya, tetapi yang mereka bunuh ialah orang yang diseru.
old man can't take your soul. Only an angel can take your soul. Won't you agree with me? Only an angel. And Allah instructs the angel to take your soul. So, in this context, the implication is that Allah took the soul of Nabi Isa alayhi salam. Is it possible that he took the soul and returned it? Is that possible? In Surah Al-Zumar of the Quran, Allah explains, and I'm going slowly now because this is so important. In Surah Al-Zumar of the Quran, Allah says, بَعْدَ أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ Allah يَتَوَفَّى الْأَنفُسَ حِينَ مَوْتِهَا. Allah takes the souls at the time of Maut. Maut is death. وَالَّتِي لَمْ تَمُتْ فِي مَنَامِهَا. And those whose souls are not taken while they are awake, Allah takes the souls while you are asleep. فَيُمْسِكُ الَّتِي قَضَى عَلَيْهَا الْمَوْتِ. He then keeps those souls for whom Maut is written. Death is ordained. وَيُرْسِلُ الْأُخْرَى إِلَى أَجَلٍ مُسَمَّى. And for those for whom Maut is not yet written, Allah returns the souls. We know from this verse one form, namely sleep, in which Allah does this. He takes your soul and He returns it. This may not be the only one, but this is one. That while you are asleep, He takes your souls. You have to forgive me for repeating and repeating and repeating, because there are some people who simply cannot listen, cannot hear. So kindly forgive me. So while you are sleeping, Allah takes the soul, and if Maut is not written for you, if death is not yet ordained for you, He then returns the soul for a specific period of time, in which case you did not die. No, that's why you are here sitting in this auditorium today. So now it is clear. If Allah took the soul, this is the context in which the word wafat is used in both Surah Ali Imran and Surah Ma'idah. This is the context that Allah took the soul. If He took the soul and He did not return it, then Nabi Isa alayhi salam died. He was crucified. But Allah says, no, they did not succeed in crucifying Him. They did not crucify Him. They did not kill Him. And so there's only one possible explanation left, and that is that after Allah took the soul and they were now convinced that He was dead, and they took down the body. Some Muslims don't want to hear that. No, because they have this fairy tale interpretation of the Quran. That no, Jesus, Nabi Isa alayhi salam was never put on the cross. I don't know where they got it from. Maybe the theory of substitution or somewhere else, or maybe in Disneyland. But I part company from them. They took the body down because they were convinced He was dead. They prepared the body for burial, which is janazah. And then they put the body in a cave. They sealed the cave. And there's a Roman guard outside. Then Allah returned the soul. So he did not die. So the soul has been returned to the body, not to Chicago. The soul has been returned to the body. So when the soul is returned to the body, you'll wake up. You'll stand up one day. I mean, why is this subject so difficult for some people to understand? So he's now alive. He never died. But if they know he's alive, they're going to come after him again. So then Allah raised him, body and soul, everything. Allah raised him the way he raised Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam in the Isra and Miraj, the nocturnal journey. Raising in the sense of taking him from this material universe into other worlds of space and time. I have no other English word to use than the word raise. And I'm allowed to use the word raise because in the Quran Allah uses the same word. بَلْ رَفَعَهُ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ. Allah raised him unto himself. Meaning that Nabi Isa alayhi salam, the Prophet Jesus, is no longer in our world of space and time, no longer in our material universe. He has now been transported into another world of space and time, or what the Quran refers to as the samawat. There are 7 of them. And in physics they're called parallel universes. Every physicist knows about it. Ask Einstein, he'll tell you. Since he never experienced death, no, never experienced maut, no. And since Allah says in the Quran, Kullu nafsin dha'ikatul maut, every soul must taste death, it follows that Nabi Isa alayhi salam must return. Secular scholarship may look upon us with scorn and with disdain and laugh at us for believing what the Prophet said alayhi salatu wasalam, that one day he will return with his hands resting on the wings of 2 angels. But they don't believe in this. They think this is Disneyland. So let them go their way and let us go ours. And don't waste your time with them. But they did not know that. They thought he was dead.
Biblical scripture is very clear, he did not die. I mean, it's clearly written in the New Testament, if you follow it carefully, from the Gospel of Matthew and other Gospels, he survived that cross.